All right, boys, welcome back to 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Gentlemen, you're gonna be mad at me. So, previously, I've been very, very good at queuing the game up before stream so that we could, like, kind of be where we want to go. I didn't do it this time. So as I click yes right here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna start from the very beginning. We had a very intense, the first room actually. So what needs to happen is we gotta rush through these puzzles as quick as possible, which means I need my professionals in chat to give me all of the cheats for the puzzles that we do. I do remember we have to get keys for these drawers. We're gonna play as quick as possible. I'm gonna get us there. You guys are gonna give me the codes for the blue and red safes, and it's all gonna be fine, and it's all gonna come together, and we're gonna play super fast. So, the agenda today is we're going to try and go for the true ending this time. And, I've messed up several times. We got an intense ending, and I want to find out the real, true, genuine ending. And so, Jacob Welsh, I hear you. If I want to get the true ending, we have to make the right choices. So, chat, in a spoiler-free way, you have to tell me the right choices to make. That's your job today. That's why I stream in a way that is interactive. So, get on it, chat. I'm counting on you guys to help me today. As a reward for your efforts, I will let you guys know, chat, that I was gifted some new chat emojis, and I gotta throw credit in the Discord, but actually I should pull that up right now really quick of who to credit. If you're a channel member, you guys have access to using emojis. There is now new emojis for the word flex, the word dolphin, and the word thinking, for if I'm thinking. And these come from Missy Eliana. They were art commissions. I will get her username posted, thrown in the description, and share her in the Discord as well. You found them, Josh Scott. So there they are. They're little custom me emojis of the flex, of me with my little porpoise, you know, giving it a good stroke, and thinking responsibly, like one does. So I hope you guys like those little emojis that you have. Hopefully they're a cool, fun thing. And on that note, what is the red drawer number? Does somebody want to throw it my direction, please? Chat, I think somebody might have shared it, but it got lost on me. 7485. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. 8. Come on. Come on. Okay. Nice. That's one. Alright. We're on an adventure today, boys. This is the ultimate speed run. We are going to speed run this whole game. Can't you see by how fast I'm going? Blue code. What's blue code? 0263. Thank you, Mad Cats. Props to you. 0263. You know, normally, I always tell chat to make sure you shut the fuck up and don't spoil anything, but today is the day where I need you guys to tell me how to do everything. Also, for those of you who asked, the one of you that did, yeah, I went to a wedding this weekend. It was real nice. I will say I was a little bit nervous going into it because the friend of mine who is getting married, she is a Disney adult. She loves all things Disney. What? Okay, I don't know why it had to be the red ones, but that's fine. This thing, what was it again? Anything that adds up to a 5 as a digital root, I presume? So like 3, 7, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 7, 6, 2? No. Evidently, 7, 6, 1. Okay. And then we can go through the door. What was nice, though, is that as a Disney adult, she wanted to have a Disney-themed wedding. I was worried it might have been a little too intense. Luckily, it wasn't. She was very, very subtle with the decor. So, like, there were hints of Disney themes, but it wasn't so, like, slap you in the face with Mickey Mouse's cock and, like, you can't escape it kind of a vibe. And the Disney playlist was also mixed in with some regular songs, so I thought it was actually very nicely balanced. Because of that, what I didn't do is I didn't go to the crazy wild sex party that was happening on Saturday. And by sex party, I just mean the gay club that was having a little bit of an underground party. I was a good boy. I was at the wedding. I think that's pretty much it. I was out till 2 a.m. and that made me pretty sickly and tired. But I'm still getting in the spooky spirit, and we're rushing through here. Look at how fast I am doing everything. Do you need us to tell you the story checks and the doors? Yes. All right. I want no spoilers of what's going to happen, but we are speedrunning for a true ending today. So if you can tell me what decisions to make with no context as to why I need to make those decisions, just be like, just do this, this, and this. And I'll be like, okay, dope. I am here to follow orders. and we'll see how long it takes to get somewhere new. I wonder how many puzzles I'm going to have to repeat. Okay. Dum-de-dum. The door order looks like we want to choose door number 4, door number 7, and door number 1. That's actually pretty close to what I did my first run through. My first run through, I did doors 4 and 7. And in 7, I didn't talk... I made an oopsie. Chat got mad at me because I didn't ask number 7 about Ice 9. So I should ask him about that. Also, yeah, you know what? Ice 9 really never came up. How does Ice 9 play into the game of mind control that we're talking about here? Maybe that's what'll come up in the true ending. Alright, so there goes our guy. He's gonna blow up. Our big bad is Ace. Oh, also, we have to speculate about Zero, right? Because we have to figure out who Zero is. Now, I don't know what other wild twists are left in this game. At the present moment, it appears that the most likely scenario for who Zero is would have to be none other than Santa, is what I think is the obvious answer. Santa or June, maybe, but June doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Santa, our white-haired man, he makes the most sense out of our existing cast to be Zero, I think because, number one, at the end of our last ending, spoiler alert, we left him alone with June. And when we left him alone with June, everything kind of fell apart. And then Santa was also absent while Zero was talking to us. June was there, like, on the ground, being like, I'm dying! And Santa was nowhere to be found. Also, Santa gave us the information about Ace. He told us that Ace was a CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, which we wouldn't have known without Santa telling us that. And yet, Santa's knowledge of that doesn't make sense to me. Because he said that Ace told him he was I don't think he's told him he was a CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical specifically, but he told him he was a CEO of a pharmaceutical company. And given how Ace was literally killing off people who knew anything about him, Ace doesn't strike me as the guy that would have told any of these players that he was a CEO of anything. It just seems like it wouldn't make sense. So for Santa to have that information is very sus to me. I don't believe that Ace just casually told him that. Anyways, we are choosing door number 4. That is what we're doing. 471. Okay. So unless there's some other hidden twist, or unless Zero is genuinely a new player that is not part of our cast, it feels to me like it would have to be Santa. Alright. Here we go, boys. We're entering the puzzle rooms. Also, so here we go. Chat. And Mad Cats, you are really on it. Are there ways to hack these puzzles? If you guys can give me any shortcuts, let's do it. Let's do whatever we can to make the story move as quickly as possible. June wants to tell me all about her astrology knowledge. It's fantastic. This was like the shower and looking at like the dog, I think. Okay. We're here. Oh, God, I gotta, like, find pieces and shit, don't I? Alright, boys. Is there any way to hack this? I don't know. Okay. Right. We were looking for pieces for a puzzle. Oh, God. Okay, there was a key. Okay. And, there were matches. We did need the matches at some point, I remember that. Oh, we're talking about June. Oh, yeah, this is where June talks to us about her sex life. I remember that, too. We don't trust her, she doesn't trust us. She slept with 18 men, times 0, of course. Cool. I feel like maybe the bathroom was a place we also checked. Maybe not, actually. Could I look around a little more? Shit. Yeah, so now this looks like a dog, and I'm familiar. Can I leave yet? Jumpy, did you look at the area around the bed? No. What's around the bed? Oh, the map? Right. We need to get the map. Got it. Yeah, replica of the Titanic. It's great. She talks about that. I'm sorry. I really should have queued this up. Do I have to tell her that I believe in this crap, or am I free to say I don't believe in it? I'm gonna save just to be safe. I don't think you guys are saying that this one matters. Would you like to quit? No. Especially, look for picking up a dialogue in front of an elevator. Okay. Got it. Alright, here she goes. Do. Alright, so we got the map. We can leave. This is good. Yep, I'm gonna go check in on Lotus, my better half. We have to find things. Is this the key for this? Shit, it's not. The candle was important. We combine that with the matches. And then we get a lit candle. Then we can go in the dark room. And look in the drawer? Oh no, it's locked. Get the bookmark from Santa and pick up the plates. Right. Okay. Got a curtain. Wunderbar. That's good for the shower. Got dark. Candlestick is also a key. Open the dresser. We get our first piece. Nice. Then over here we get a piece. Whoops. Come on. Candlestick key. It opened. Nice. Grab that. What? Oh, right. Open. Okay. Grab that. Good. Hey, Junpei, do you got a minute? Oh, yeah. The bookmark. Right. So Santa hits on us. Probably. So why does he do it, though? Take the bookmark. Get the bookmark from Santa. Got it. Yeah. Get through all this shit. Dun, da, 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 da. Guys, this is the most riveting gameplay you're gonna get yet. So the rest of the puzzle pieces, where were they? That's 2. We need 1 more. Oh, right. The shower. No. Hold tight. We need to go to the bathroom. Yeah. And we gotta put up the curtain. Right, okay, hang on. Put up the curtain. Spread the curtain. Close the curtain. Make a note of this. It's the 5th. Wait, what is it? The 5th from the top, the 3rd from the right. Got it. 5th from the top, 3rd from the right. 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 Yeah. 5th from the top, 3rd from the right. 5th from the top, 3rd from the right. 5th from the top, 3rd from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Nope. This one. Here it is. Okay, got it. Whew. Okay. Go back into Lotus's room. Put in our pieces. And then we just have to make the dog. Wait. No. What? Hang on. Okay, no. I know what the dog is supposed to look like. Why am I... How do I not... How do I get it over here? Okay, got it. Ugh, struggled a little bit, but it's fine. Take a look in a book. It's the Mars key. Phone is buzzing away. All right. Dum-de-dum. How was your guys' weekend? Yeah. She looks like a dog, you guys. It's a dog. But we called it a funny Arimpa, and we're gonna keep it the same because I want to skip dialogue. We are speed running, boys. We've already lost 20 minutes of time, but it's a dog. It's a dog, and if you didn't see a dog, it's because you're a stupid fucking idiot. How could you not tell it was a fucking dog? Okay. Let's go. Let's leave. Which way's leaving? Oh, okay. Good, we're good. You found the exit. Guys, what is the next story check I need to be on the lookout for? You're gonna have to spam them as they come up in chat. So I got the bookmark. What is the next important decision that I need to look out for? Also, what was I supposed to do in this room again? It was the plate. It was the room with the plates. And I know we get locked in a freezer at some point. Yeah. There was the freezer. Probably a pantry. And there was cheese! Right? Okay. There's milk. We shouldn't touch the milk. The milk is gross. It's empty. Tell June it did strike Junpei as rather odd. Got it. When we're in the freezer. Is this a room I can hack with the decimal code, or... what? Ah, shit. Get in the freezer. So is there something else I could do in the freezer? The freezer was over here, actually. Right. We need to open this. It's a bolt. How did I open the bolt before? I used something. A whetstone, that's gonna be important for the knife. Man, this kind of sucks a big old bag of dicks, honestly. I don't want to replay this. Fuck off. How do I do the bolt thing? I needed some kind of like oil or something. How do I get oil? That's what I had, wasn't it? Oils. Was it this? Frying pan. Was it that? Oh, this sucks. Big old bag of dicks. I don't know what to do, chat. All right, chat. Do you guys have my back? Can you help me in this room, or should I just... Maybe I should just look up a guide for myself at this point. I don't know. It might take a little too long. I don't got time for this shit. 999 Room Puzzles Guide. Alright. We're in the kitchen. Okay. Guys, we're cheating. I'm using a guide. You weren't coming through fast enough for me, chat. It's fine. I don't blame you. Check behind the white drape on the left side of the screen. Going to the pantry. Okay. Oh, this isn't the pantry. Hang on. Go in the pantry. Check behind this. Go in this box. And grab the knife. Okay. Rusty knife. Got it. Oh, June. Have you heard the story of the singing? No, I haven't. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Next, you're going to examine the shelf of cheeses. You're going to move the cheese and find the bottle of oil. That's what I was looking for. Okay, go to cheeses. Cheeses. Grab the oil. Got it. Go back to the kitchen proper. Examine the sink toward the bottom of the screen. Get the whetstone. I already got the whetstone. Now it's time to go to the freezer, use the oil, unlock it, and go inside the freezer. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Bolt is rusted. A little bit of oil's gonna go a long way. Get inside. And it's real cold in there. Start by examining the shelves to the right and acquiring the frozen hunk of pork. Okay. Shelves to the right. Get pork. Got pork. Next, open the secondary freezer in the left corner of the room. Okay. Opened it up. Grab the frozen chicken and the dry ice. Okay, frozen chicken. Got it. Dry ice. Got it. You'll find the last of the supplies you need in the compartment on the floor, specifically a length of rope and plastic bottle. Okay. All right, no, we're talking. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. It did strike Junpei as rather odd. Yes, my story check. All right, mission accomplished, chat. What is my next story check after that one? You just let me know. There's the Ice 9. I was honestly impressed. That's kind of cool. What does it have to do with Ice 9? Okay. Next, we gotta go to the floor. Got it. Get the rope. And a plastic bottle. Got it. Go to your inventory and combine in this order. Oh god, I love this guide. Combine the frozen chicken and the dry ice. Wait, can I do that? Combine. Oh, right. Okay, so the dry ice is all in pieces now. That's what I did with it. Combine the crumpled dry ice and the water bottle. Okay. And with the water bottle with dry ice, do that with the rope. Okay. Back out of your inventory and use your new dry ice bomb on the door handle. Right. God, this could have taken forever. Okay. Boom! We've done it, boys! Hi, Lotus. You were super helpful, darling. Our first playthrough, I did not like Lotus at this point. Man, how she has grown on me. Okay, turn right from the screen where you can see the freezer and the pantry. You'll be looking at the sink again. Go to the grill at the far end of the room. Use the frozen pork on the grill. Take your sharpened knife. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I remember this. So the knife, we're going to shorten with the whetstone. Sharpen. The pork, we're going to put on the grill. And then we're going to cut it with the knife. And then we get that code. Pork note in hand, back away from the grill and turn right. So you can see the exit and a keypad. Enter the number 43. Got it. Okay. 4, 3, enter. Good job, Jumpy. Thank you, Dollface. And we've done it. We're all set, I think. Innocence, there is a flow chart. Innocence. Oh, you're talking about the remaster. I was gonna say, there is in the remastered version, but we are on our own, friends. We are stuck doing this the old-fashioned way. At least now you'll get to see how long it takes me to queue these things up. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, Snake. It's good to see you alive. Actually, you know what? Snake isn't gonna die. He's just gonna get stuffed in a fucking coffin. Oh no. Plenty more where that came from. Oh, I'm sure. Alright, door 7 is next. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba. Yeah, I feel like I owe you guys an apology, because I feel like I definitely could have probably done all of this off stream and been ready to go. But Daddy wasn't prepared. He had a busy weekend. Rip Guy X. This is a good time to make your oh, God, we gotta do this again, too. This is a good time to make your dinners, friends. Da da ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 ba. Phew. This takes time. Okay, there's Clover. We talked to Clover. She's real peachy. Hallway with all the rooms. Run to Ace. We'll talk to him. Oh yeah, so Ace is here in the hallway with all the rooms. What evil shenanigans is he up to? Alright, back to the hospital room. We'll talk to him. Pick alternate dialogue in front of the elevator. Wait, did I fuck that up? The elevator. We're not in front of elevators right now. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. Elevator. Elevator. Okay, let's keep this show rolling, boys. Oh, leaving June alone with a boy? Got it. Let's go, Buffalo. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I can see why having a flowchart could be important. Oh, knowing what we know, Santa was the first one at the REDs? I thought Lotus was. Maybe I misremembered that. I mean, yeah, if Santa is 0, then he should be the first one at the REDs, shouldn't he? Alright. Door 7 is the door we want this time. I think I'm gonna go with door 7. Yeah. Alright. June's gotta go through door 8. Ah! Fuck me, I picked a new dialogue option. We can't skip right now. Shit. Shit. It's literally the same, but it's different because I picked it first. The first time we played this, what I did was I picked door 3. They were like, don't pick door 3, and then I picked door 7. And I should have done it the exact same way so I could skip, but now we can't, and now we're like this. Okay, yeah, I get it. Jesus Christ. Fuck my life. Yeah, okay, good, we're caught up. Alright, door 7. Door 7. Going through door 7. Oh yeah, and Clover and 7, they fought a lot. Oh yeah, it was this room. Hang on, let me get my guide ready. the operating room. Okay, boys. Efficiently. One screen to the right of the table, you will see another smaller table covered in surgical tools. Grab the forceps. Got it. On the screen to the left of the operating table, whoops, is another table covered in surgical tools. Grab the scalpel. Got it. Okay, scalpel. Nope, okay. Hard to touch. On the same screen, you'll see a medical dummy with its organs. Get the forceps, get its lungs. Okay. With the forceps, get the lungs. Okay. Then from your inventory, combine the scalpel with it. Oh, oops. Cool, we got a key. Turn left from the screen with the dummy and the table where you got the scalpel. You'll find yourself facing a gap in the partitions. Yes. Use the organ key to unlock the door to the left, and you'll be in the supply closet. Okay. Examine the table in the center and grab the 2 bottles of liquid sitting on it. Okay. Wait a second. What? This isn't the supply closet? Oh. Grab the 2 bottles of liquid. Blue liquid. Red liquid. Okay. Take a look at the locked box on the table. You'll be prompted to enter a code. To unlock it, enter 349. Okay. Yeah. 3, 4, 9. Enter. Okay. Grab the arm from the inside. Okay. Go back to the gap, but this time go to the left. Use the organ key to open the door. Okay. Go this way. From here you can see a table with a beaker on it. Toward the right side of the screen, walk up to it, examine the beaker with one of the liquids. Once the beaker is full, turn on the lamp to your left, repeat with the other liquid. Yeah, okay, I remember this part. So yeah, put a liquid in, turn her on. Blue light turns on, cool. Putting on the red. Okay. Putting in the blue. Okay. And now we can open all of these. Get a leg. Get a leg. Get a body. Turn right, fill the lockers, look inside each one, grab it, continue back to the screen where you found the forceps, pull the cloth off the table in the corner, and you'll find the operating room's last puzzle. Okay? Sounds promising. Go back this way. No, oops. Back this way. Wait, what? No. Go. What? What? Oh my god, that was confusing. Okay, white cloth. No, come on. This one, right. Examine the head or arm on the table. You'll automatically place all the body parts. Once that's done, tap anywhere on the body to start the puzzle. Wait, what body part am I missing? What? Oh. On a screen to the left of the gap in the partitions, you'll see the last fake body part. Son of a bitch, I missed one. Oopsies. This is so stupid. Okay. Here we go, boys. Wait, what the fuck? What do you mean? Am I still missing a body part? What am I missing? You'll automatically place all the body parts. Leg. I'm missing an arm? No, she has the other arm. Fake stomach, fake chest. What the fuck am I missing? What? Three, 4, 9. Grab it. It's less creepy than it sounds. Grab the heart. Where's the heart? From the man? How do I get the heart? The heart was in the chest in the closet with the arm and you missed it. Son of a bitch. Oh my god, I hate replaying this. It was in the chest? This way? In the supply closet? Oh yeah, evidently it was. Okay. You think we should go back? Clover nodded. Alright. Okay, here comes 7's story. We have to ask him about Ice 9. Whoo, Nelly. It's been like an hour and we're just trying to play this. Alright. Do you know about Ice 9, 7? Do you know about Ice 9? Oh, Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice. 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 Suddenly, 7's eyes shot open. Oh, that's it, Bubs. I remember now. That woman. She's on this boat. I'm sorry, that woman? Alice. Who? Who's Alice? Oh, come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature. What? It became clear to 7 that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath. Well, you know how the Titanic sank on April 15th of 1912, right? Yeah. Well, more than 1,500 people died. It was the worst maritime accident in history. Yeah, what about it? Well, did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies? I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right? Well, yeah, it was a cruise liner just like the Titanic. No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS Mackay Bennett. The Mackay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. To pick up, like, 2 days? Wouldn't the bodies have sank? Am I stupid or something? Like, it's the ocean, there's currents. They get eaten? They sent someone to collect dead bodies from the ocean? Yeah, it set out from Halifax, a port in Canada. Recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic that far north was real cold. It would have to be there for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid. This isn't a very nice story. So, how does this connect? Well, they say the Mackay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. Said there were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff dislodged, as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin. A coffin. A coffin! A wooden one! The craftsman who'd made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood. There were no nails or reinforcements, and there were no gaps in the wood anywhere. It was airtight. That sounds not possible. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it, so they opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open, it was so well made. Inside. Oh, Jesus, honey. Your navel. They found a woman. Or I guess they should say they found the dead body of a woman. Her hair was thick and black, and her skin was deep brown. It didn't show any signs of age or decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she looked just like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike. She looked like she might wake up any minute. She didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies, she was frozen solid. Uh-huh. Eventually, the Mackay Bennett finished the search and returned to the Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to melt. They say that the stink was horrible, but there was one body that didn't thaw. The girl in the coffin. That's right, Bubs. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually, but weeks passed and nothing happened. Then a month passed, and another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about the girl started to spread, and people came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice. Ah, people are punny. Alice. Of course, those rumors didn't last long. Well, why's that? Oh, she up and disappeared, Bubs. You see, one day Alice was there, and the next day, she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. Okay. Yeah, with the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. After a while, no one remembered her. People were obsessed with this frozen dead girl, and then she goes missing suspiciously, and you think people are just gonna drop it and be like, oh, guess we can forget about her. No, people would be obsessed. You might be able to find something out about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's probably about it. Wait, you just said that she was on this boat. Oh yeah, I did. Alice has gotta be somewhere on this ship. Why? 'Cause I know. What is it you know? Oh, I know what happened to Alice after she was... God, Jesus fuck, Seven, why are you such a bad storyteller? Get to the point! Junpei gulped. I'm all ears, Seven. Tell me. What happened to Alice? Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried. Well, around that time, the word was that there was a thriving black market in New York. I mean, I'm sure there still is, but this was special. It was all millionaires from all over the world. I heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain. Okay. You've heard that name before, right? Yeah, it sounds like familiar. Sir Gordain, he's the one who built the boat. And so he also bought Alice off the black market. Isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? Oh yeah, that's him, Bubs. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet. What do you mean? Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, is when he bought the Gigantic. And then he hid Alice, somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody really knows where. And he died in 1931. Apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. But, well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where's Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge, beneath the navel of the Gigantic." Ew, gross. What the fuck is that? Some kind of riddle? Oh, your guess is as good as mine, Bubs. Seven threw his hands up in defeat. So, that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's somewhere hidden on the Gigantic. In other words, she's somewhere on the ship. So, am I the only one who's completely lost in how this feels way, like, out of pocket? So we've got criminal mastermind Ace, who ran the Nonary game 9 years earlier, and the Nonary game seems to maybe possibly have something to do with, like, mind control or telepathy in some way that I don't understand. They were doing some kind of social experiment. It wasn't a very good ethical thing to do. And then there's this random-ass B-plot about, like, the Titanic itself and the Mummy and Ice 9 and a frozen woman. Like, where is this coming from? Anyways, they heard Clover's voice from the door, and she didn't sound pleased.
Hey! What are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time!
Yeah, sorry. Alright, we're coming. Oh yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday, so I wouldn't forget it. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he had heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery, all the way through, to when it got put on the Titanic. And even then, as it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Was that the Egyptian priestess Alice? Had the water in the body become Ice 9? Seems a little far-fetched. There's no way somebody like that could exist. I mean, I suppose if it was a dead body, maybe. Okay. Well, that was a big old barrel of fun. That was quite the story we missed out on our first playthrough. I did not expect that to be what we were going to get out of that. Alright, time to combine bodies. Nice. Tap anywhere on the body to start the puzzle. Okay, nothing happened. Let's give it a shot. It's time to switch body parts. To solve it, tap each body part on one body except for the heart. Don't swap the heart and swap everything else. Okay. No. Jesus, fuck. There we go. No. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Head back to the room with the liquids puzzle. You'll have a quick talk with Seven, and then a long room with Clover. Once those are done, head back to the liquid puzzle room and use the Jupiter key to unlock the door. Wait. Go back to the first operating table, check the wooden panel device in front of it. Okay. And get the key. Okay, good. Jupiter key acquired. Let's leave this place. Okay, so we go out this way. Go in here. Go this way. There's a keyhole. Jupiter key. Alright. Whew. We're doing good. Oh, boys. Give her the clover, right? Right? Yep, Zero's the killer. Guys, we give her the clover, right? That seems like the correct move, yes? Maybe I'll save. Would you like to overwrite the save file? Yes. Yeah, give the bookmark to Clover. That seemed correct. Finished saving. Good. Give her the clover. Give Clover a clover. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah, the ship of Theseus and his socks. Lox' socks. Oof. Okay. Are we good? Alles gut? Alle Gucci? Traversing further. Did this one not have 2 puzzle rooms? I feel like we normally... Maybe it was only the one, I guess. Alright, yeah, it must have been. Here we are, back in the hospital rooms. This is good news, though. Okay, we found the key we need. We got the Jupiter key. So when we were playing our first playthrough, ultimately we chose door 6. And then another playthrough, we got locked into door 2. So this time, in a sense, we are doing door number 1. And you will get the true ending. And door number 1 is new to me. We have never been through door number 1. So I guess that means we're going to be in all new territory. Which means I should probably also close down my guide. At this point. I guess it's no longer necessary for me to have. Oh, here we go with June. Alright, you guys asked for it, and I made you wait an hour to get us here, so... June, I think you're afraid of being locked up alone with a boy right here in the elevators. After a little thought, Junpei decided that she had to be nervous about being locked up in such a small space, alone, with a boy. In a way, it was kind of cute. Oh god, there's a bug in here. Still, even though it wasn't exactly roomy, the elevator, they weren't going to be pressed up. Even though it wasn't roomy in the elevator, it's not like they were going to be pressed up against one another. At least they didn't have to be. Still, it was making her nervous. Junpei couldn't help but think how innocent she was. Come on, let's go! Again, he stepped toward the elevator. And again, he felt himself restrained.
I said wait a minute, Jumpy.
Why?
Aren't you afraid, Jumpy?
Afraid of what?
Well, I've never... You know.
She'd never been in an elevator with a man? Alone before? I mean, even so, she still seemed awfully alarmed.
I might get...
Whoa! No! Objection!
Tomla has just donated $4. Just because I've spent this entire stream replying to interview scheduling messages doesn't mean you're escaping the jump scare. Anyways, I have 2, maybe 3 interviews tomorrow alone. Help.
Tomla, 2, it's 3 interviews. Well, good luck. I hope they go well for you. But, thank you for the jump scare. Worse than that, we are having a miscommunication at the moment. You think you're gonna get wet? Huh?
Down there, I'd get soaking wet.
I mean, I mean, yeah, of course you would. That's the way it works, babe. It's okay. I got you. I mean, I've never heard of anyone getting soaking wet somewhere else. Oh, God.
That's not true.
Oh, boys, we are having a big oopsies.
You mean, you don't mind if I get soaking wet down there?
Girl. No, I'd rather encourage it, babe. I mean, me getting wet? I don't know, I think I'd probably, I think I'd like that shit, babe.
Gosh, Jumpy, you're so brave.
Oh, really? I mean, I kind of think that any guy would do the same thing, you know? What happens, happens, am I right? If you get the chance, you just gotta go for it. I mean, that's what a man's supposed to do. I guess.
You're so cool, Jumpy. I really admire you.
You know, that doesn't really seem like the sort of thing you'd ought to admire someone for.
But I'm really scared.
Yeah, I mean, like you said. You've never done it before.
That's right. So I don't think I'll be able to last very long. And then I think it'll be over.
Over?
Uh-huh. I think I'm gonna go to heaven.
Heaven?
It feels kind of like you're floating in space, and your mind gets all fuzzy, like when you pass out or something.
Oh my god, they were having too much fun writing this. What the fuck?
I mean, at least that's what I've heard from people who've experienced it before.
Yeah. I heard that too. Although I don't think the same thing happens to guys.
What?
Huh?
But it would happen to men too, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it happen to anyone? Once it gets into your body, the same thing happens to everyone.
I mean, look, babe, usually it doesn't go inside of the man, but I mean, I am progressive, and you're a woman, and you're beautiful and natural, and if that's what you want to do, I mean, generally speaking.
Yes, it does. I mean, eventually it's gonna go in the man. It's not really like you have a choice in it, Jumpy. Your body's gonna force you to swallow some of it.
Oh no! All right. Wow, my girlfriend is a kinkster supreme, and I am gonna drink to that. Whoo, boy! You don't get a choice. It's gonna go inside of you. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna swallow, bitch. Whoo. Alright, boys. Cheers to that. Look out, stomach. Here she comes. It's time to swallow. As June says, you don't always get a choice in the matter. Junpei, how do you feel about this? What are you trying to do to me?
Nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything to you. I'm just saying that's what happens. It's a psychological reaction to what you're experiencing.
What, is that really how it happens? It occurred to Junpei that perhaps that's how it does happen, and men do get it inside of them. Maybe he'd been mistaken all of these years. How could Junpei have misunderstood life so gravely? The thought terrified him. June seemed to be entirely oblivious to Junpei's mounting confusion and terror.
I mean, I know most men probably have larger lungs, but even then, I don't think you could hold your breath for 20 or even 10 minutes. Eventually, you'd have to breathe, and then the water would get into your lungs. But once that happens, your body won't be able to get the oxygen anymore, and you'll start to feel the floaty feeling as you pass out.
Finally, Junpei understood. He understood what June was trying to say and why she was scared. Yeah, you wouldn't last very long.
You see?
She was afraid that the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. Right. Okay, so now we're caught up. Okay. Crisis averted, guys. I don't have to have sex with a woman. But that's probably about how it would go, I think. That was fucking amazing. Well, we'd probably get really wet up there.
Huh?
Nothing. At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can. Okay. There's the number 6 store, which is the one I almost went in. Huh. Okay. Guys, I posted a new science video today, and it's doing okay on Instagram. Oh, right. So now we discovered Guy X's body. And now... See, this is gonna be our secret, chat, because this skipping around shit, this is the kind of thing that everyone's gonna skip who's watching this as an archive. When they're not here live, they're gonna be like, fuck this shit, let's get to the ending. And, they're gonna skip over that little bit of dialogue, so it's our little secret now that we got to experience that. And I think that's pretty fucking amazing. Alright, door number 1. Everybody's saying that, George, don't forget you're picking door number 1. Door number 1. We got it, guys. Alright. Well, given that it took us over an hour to get set up into this position, and I assume we're going to have to solve puzzles for the first time behind door number 1, I'm assuming we're probably not going to be able to finish the true ending today. But we'll see what we can get done. We'll see how far we can get in behind door number 1. Door 1. That's what we're picking. The first door. My choice is door 1. Santa was unconvinced. Hey. Wait a minute there. My name is Zero, and I don't want you to go in door 1. Are you cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. And how could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicion. Junpei had in fact switched papers. He had prepared 3 pieces of paper for doors 1, 2, and 6, and put the paper with door 6 on it into the pot. He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one was his. He put the paper that said door 1 in his left hand, and the paper that read door 2 in his right hand. When the drawing began, he saw to it that he drew last. The rest was easy. If he wanted to go in door 1, he'd use his left hand, and his right hand if he wanted door 2. Of course, if he wanted door 6, that would be simple. All he needed to do was switch nothing and say 6 had been what he wanted all along. Right. Well, what does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. You got lucky. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside frustrated. Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself. Oh, goody, I get to stick with Ace. Hey, this is interesting. If Ace goes through door 1, that means Ace isn't going to go through door 6, which means Ace can't get the gun. But he does have a knife, so... 1 plus 4 plus 5 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams. June and I want door 6. And Lotus and I want door 2.
Well, that's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Fine. 7. We'll go through door 6.
Alright, that's... sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it's gonna lower the average age of the group. Ha ha! Ain't that right, June?
Oh, please don't involve me. I mean, what you're saying is accurate.
June was at a loss for words. Lotus, she was not.
That pig. You just wait and see. Yeah, you know what? Stop being mean to Lotus.
She's a goddamn queen. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver had run down Junpei's spine. Even after they separated the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time, it didn't quite sting so much. After all, he knew he would see her again. Till we find that 9 door, 0 ain't gonna split us up. Yeah, that's right. We'll see each other again. Yeah. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck. They took out the Earth key and opened the door to the left. It opened and they walked through. Alright boys, new door, we've never been behind it. It was just as Santa and Lotus had said. At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 on it. a numbered door. To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the RED. Ace went first, and waved his wrist over the scanner panel. Junpei was next. And finally, listless Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever. He took a deep breath and turned toward Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime you're ready, Daddy. Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well then, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
The door opens. They stumbled into the room. Ooh. Frantically, Junpei had scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it. Alright, cool deal, boys. We are good, and we're in a new room. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast. It was the third time they'd been through the process, but they had yet to grow accustomed to it. Not that Junpei wanted to. He planned to finish the game before he got a chance to let imminent death become commonplace. Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly. There was another door, different from the one they had entered through. He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open. Oh. So, this is the wheelhouse! He closed the door again and turned toward Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke. Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
And Clover, you're in charge of this room.
Say something!
Okay, I will! Alright then, let's get started. It's investigating time. New room, new puzzles, boys. Wisheth me luck. Seek a way out. Alright, let's see if I can solve some puzzles today. It is a chair. A chair? Clover isn't talking much. I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through quite a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she isn't still together enough to talk at all. Yeah, I'll say. Oh, more maps? Stack of nautical charts. I think this is a nautical chart. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take.
There are these dots all over the map.
Oh, those are probably ports, like for a boat to stop at. It looks like the lines connect to the dots. Maybe we're gonna make a picture out of it. Can I set them down on top of the dresser?
I guess this is probably for reading maps or something.
Yeah, they probably spread the map out here and then decide on the route. Yeah, can I not do it? It's a cabinet where they store nautical maps, apparently. I guess not. Alright, that's fine. Oh, maybe I need to have the item equipped? No. Evidently not. Alright. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There's a number of red pins in several locations. I wonder what they mean. Well, the nautical charts I picked up earlier have a map like this one. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Why don't we see? Hey, what do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. So we've got 7 locations connected by straight lines, and each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed. New material's been added to the file screen. Okay, a nautical table. Oh. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. Full, like what, speeds? Full speed, half speed, slow speed, full speed, half speed, dead. Stop. Interesting. A nautical table found in the chart room. It shows directions of southwest, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight. There is a word next to each point on the map. That's what it says. Okay. Great. What about here? It's a pocket watch.
That's a pocket watch.
She sure hasn't been saying much, and she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kinda sad. Yeah, understandably so. She still thinks that her brother is dead. A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch. Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it? He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway, very suspiciously because Ace is a man of suspect. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch. This guy could stab us at any moment in time.
Hey, what are you doing over in this room?
I just thought I'd come and check up on the two of you. Is there a problem? I mean, knowing what I know? Alright, let's play it safe with a hot save of confidence. We're gonna keep it safe, boys. Well, not a problem, but it was a lie. All Junpei wanted was to get rid of Ace. He'd sent Ace to the wheelhouse at the beginning for a reason. There was something he meant to ask Clover, and he meant to ask it to her in private. There was something he wanted to ask Clover, and he didn't want anyone else to hear him ask it. He also knew that Clover would likely remain silent if there was anyone else around when he asked, and that was why he was so desperate to send Ace back to the wheelhouse. Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk had appeared on his face. Huh! I see, of course. He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover. I apologize for the intrusion. Best of luck. Ew, he thinks we're hitting on her. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left. Alright, well, at least he's gone. Phew! Junpei let out a sigh, and brushed a few drops of sweat from his forehead. He turned and found himself looking straight into Clover's eyes. She'd heard what Ace had said, and she regarded Junpei with caution.
What was that about?
She was clearly suspicious, and with good reason. Junpei's eyes widened, and he held up his hands in a gesture of innocence. No. It's not like that.
Well, what's it like then?
I just wanted to hear the rest of your story. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it until now.
What story?
About the experiment. Remember? The one you started to tell me in the operating room? You said something about an experiment that happened here 9 years ago. Clover bit her lip. She stared down at the floor for several long moments, and when she spoke, it was barely audible.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about that now. I'm just not in the mood, okay?
No, I need her to. So here's the thing. Even though I'm suspicious that Santa is probably Zero, there's so much I don't get about why we are playing the game. Like, if he's pissed at Ace for hosting the Nonary game in the past, and he's like, let me get my revenge on you, okay, fine. But Lotus appears to be a victim because her children were, like, kidnapped and forced to play the game. Snake appears to be a victim if he was forced to play the game 9 years ago, which would subsequently make me feel like Clover would be like a victim because she is the sister of a boy who was forced to play the game 9 years ago, unless she was also forced to play. Seven appears to be a guy who was trying to be a hero and trying to put a stop to it. So it's like, why are these people kidnapped and being forced to play this time? It just doesn't make sense to me.
You understand, right? I keep thinking about my brother. I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that? To him? I can't forgive them. And I'm not gonna let them get away with it. They're gonna pay for it. I promise you that.
Oh.
So...
Her shoulders were shaking. Drops of blood had sprung up on her lips where she was biting them. She wiped it off and looked up at Junpei, her eyes fierce and angry.
Junpei? Who do you think did it?
Her voice was cold and scarcely above a whisper. Junpei gulped. Gulp? Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have to be at least 2 of them. You'd need at least 3 people to open the numbered doors, and if you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other people.
You're right. So what does that mean?
Well, if we just look at the bracelet numbers, we should be able to figure it out. Who could have opened door 3 with Snake? Well, really, who and who, or who and who?
You mean it could have been 4 people?
Well, technically it's possible.
I don't know. That doesn't seem very likely.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Why don't we just assume it was only 2 other people for now?
Okay, Queen, let's go.
So who do you think it could be?
Junpei crossed his arms in thought. Snake's bracelet number was 2. Which 2 bracelet numbers added to 2 and would give a digital root of 3? Right. Yeah, so, if Ace was 2 bracelets that would give 3 would be not Ace and anybody. Santa and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, no, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It would have been 7 and Santa. Would it be Santa and 7? 2 plus 3 plus 7 equals 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3, and that's a digital root of 3. Were Santa and 7 the killers? No.
What's wrong?
Clover looked at Junpei and he looked back at her. There was no point in hiding it. He told her his conclusions.
That's what I thought.
She looked less surprised than he'd expected.
Santa and 7. If it was 2 people, that's the only combination that works.
Alright, hey, wait a minute there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions, though? I mean, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. But there could still be other possibilities. Like Ace, maybe he stole a bracelet.
Well, what other possibilities?
Like Ace, maybe he stole a bracelet. Ooh, I gotta sneeze a little. Junpei didn't have an answer. He was ready to admit defeat when Clover spoke.
Are you saying you think it was 3 or 4 people? I just really don't think that's likely.
Yeah, why do you not?
Well, can I borrow your pen and paper?
Clover put her hand out expectantly. Junpei pulled out his pen and pad of paper and handed them to her. I didn't know we had pen and paper. She opened the notebook and wrote down several simple addition problems. Eventually, she had 8 that provided a digital root of 3. Jesus. This girl's been thinking a lot. She's been so quiet because she's been doing math. Okay, yeah. Love these screens. Yep, I see. What's this?
Well, these are the combinations for 3 or 4 people. These 8 combinations.
Ooh, sorry, I kicked my camera.
These 8 combinations are the only possible ones. Junpei.
Yeah?
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can. Why would you need to ask me that?
Really?
Yeah, doll.
So then I should get rid of B, D, G, and H, right?
Assuming that those are the ones that contain me, yeah, you probably should. Just cross those bad boys right out of there. And you should take off yours too, obviously, the ones with the 4.
Right, so what does that leave?
I guess it leaves A and D. Which is 3 plus 1 plus 6, which is with June and Ace. Plus 2. June, Ace, and Santa together. Santa, Ace, 7, and Lotus. Huh. Well, it can't be A.
Why not?
That's my girlfriend, sweetie. June's in that one. There's no way in hell she'd do something like that.
Are you sure?
I'd bet my life on it.
Okay, then. Then I can cross off A too, right?
Yeah.
Well, what have we got left?
You have letter E left. 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8.
Do you know what this means?
It means that I might have already gotten an ending that makes all of this a little bit redundant. Because, unfortunately, sweetheart, I know the answer. It was Ace and he acted alone. Everyone besides me, you, and June would be working together. Yeah, that would be quite the conspiracy.
And do you really think that's likely?
I see your point.
If there were 4 people working together, they wouldn't be very cautious. I don't think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us.
Yeah, that's pretty sound logic.
And besides, if Ace and Seven are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went into the shower room with them. But they didn't. They didn't even try anything. If they were the killers, why wouldn't they?
Her voice was calm, but Junpei had only to look her in the eye to know it was a forced calm. There were tears forming at the corners of her eyes, and she was blinking furiously to keep them back. Perhaps by attempting an objective analysis of who might have killed her brother, she had been able to distance herself from the harsh reality of his death. The more she struggled to act unconcerned, the more Junpei felt his heart tighten. Okay, yeah, well, that does make sense. It seems pretty unlikely that it was as many as 3 or 4 people. So that means there's a good chance it was Santa and Seven.
That's how it looks to me.
But why would they do it? There was a moment of silence.
I think I know.
What is it? He laid his hand gently on her shoulder. He was close, so close to the answer. And Ace chose the worst possible moment to return. God fucking shit. You did it on purpose, you son of a bitch. He raised a knowing eyebrow and then spoke. Have I interrupted something? What do you want? There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me? For a moment. He turned on his heel and walked back toward the wheelhouse. I don't trust going anywhere alone with Ace. Ace has a knife. Junpei looked over at Clover. He gave her a short nod, hoped that she would be willing to talk to him again later, and followed Ace. Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Ace looked at Junpei and smiled. Perhaps more of a smirk than a smile. There was something I wanted to, check. Yeah, what's that? If you'll excuse me. With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? He reached for Ace's arm. But it was already too late. In the older man's hand were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket. Just as I thought. You switched them, didn't you? When we voted. Ha! Look, I can't say I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted despite your mischief. Why did you... Oh, simply curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it. Ace smiled and gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder. He then turned on his heel and left. Okay, well that was pointless. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense. Junpei, if only you knew what we all know. Alright, I guess continue our search. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. Okay. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. Right. The helm. Well, steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. Okay, Captain. There's another room on the side of this window. The other side of this window. What's this? It's a lock. It looks like some sort of a lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. This shape. Maybe the pocket watch will fit there. Nope, nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go there. But we may need to do something with the watch first. Okay. Yep. Seems likely that was going to be locked. Okay. Alright, let's see what else we got. An engine order telegraph. They use this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Oh, did they? Well, that sounds like it's going to help me with a puzzle that I'm gearing for. Kind of like the gear shift in a car. Well, no, not exactly. This device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. There's no handle. You're right, there isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed. Guess I'm gonna have to find a handle. A compass. And what destiny does it point us to? I don't know, but I know that I need to point it south and west and east and northwest and the steering wheel is probably how I'm gonna do it. Hey, the steering wheel moves! So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. When you move this wheel, the compass also moves. The ship! It's moving! No, the wheel and the compass must be connected to another one somehow. Oh. Alright, let's try turning it again. Okay. Well, hang on. I need to look at the file. So, the nautical table, it went... It goes south, west, southwest, northwest, east, north, straight. Chat, do you guys have this for me? I mean, southwest, then northwest, then east, north, and then straight. Got it memorized? No. There's metal plate bolted over the window. Yeah. Okay, let me do the steering again. Wait, let me do the steering again. If we move it, then the direction changes. I swear I saw something that had directions on it. Maybe if I enter the directions in that order. Yeah. South. West. South. No. What the fuck, game? Do I have to restart now? Nothing is happening. It's almost certainly one of Zero's puzzles. There must be... No, I know the clue. My stop button just didn't work. God damn it. Okay, try again. Okay. Do. South. West. Southwest. Then we go northwest. And then it was east. Never eat shredded wheat. North. What the? Yeah. And then I was gonna say, what is straight to? Oh, the handle came off. Huh. Stooping so low, are you, Zero? No, that's fantastic. Okay, so now we can put the handle in the thing. Okay, so let's try it. Put the handle on this. I sure hope this handle fits. If it fits, I sits. Ha! Excellent. That should allow us to operate the engine order telegraph. Let's give it a shot. Right. I need the files one more time. Nothing's happening. No, I don't think so. Take a look over there above the door to the chart. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Just wish I took more notes. full, half, slow. Full, half, dead. And then stop. Okay, that's actually a pretty easy one to remember. Okay. So we go full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. Huh? That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. Look, something's happened on the back wall of the wheelhouse. Oh yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. The back wall of the wheelhouse. This? There's something on the wall that looks like kind of like an arrival board. There's a whole bunch of words on the left side of the display. What the hell is this? There are names of ports across the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing XX carrier, XX flight, XX at XXOO. Like that. Jesus Christ, Ace, why do you talk like you're a fucking robot? Oh, I get it. Yeah, it does look like those are the names of all the ports along the ship's route. It looks like only one of those has a time on it, though. The time on the last line, right? 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Perhaps that's the arrival time. That would mean that it arrives kind of early, doesn't it? An arrival board. The left side is filled with words. It looks like 10 seconds past 3 o'clock is the arrival time for the final destination. Oh! I get it. A mechanical pocket watch with a spring. It doesn't appear to be working. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes, 39 seconds past 10 o'clock. Turning the knob does nothing. It's probably broken. Looks as though you can move the hands. That's what I want to do. How do I move the hands? The knob doesn't work. Broken pocket watch. I can only move the hands manually. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to move the hands. Okay, maybe I need to use the clock on this. Something like that. On the left side, it's got the names of the ports on the ship. Will stop along on its route. Last line says 10 seconds past 3. That must be the estimated time of arrival. Perhaps. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking let Ace do it on the pocket watch. Junpei, I'm smart enough to do this myself. Alright, fine, whatever. Let Ace set the pocket watch. Alright, should be fine now. Thanks for giving me the pocket watch back, but you don't need to look so smug about it. He moved the hands. 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Alright, cool, let's put it in the door. Put it. Put her in the door. Put her in the door. The latrine. It looks like this is some sort of a lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Yeah, okay. Try putting it back in. Did you hear that, boys? We opened her up. Huh, good work. Seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Hey, Clover.
What?
We unlocked the door. We can get out of this room.
Oh. Let's go then.
Hey, Clover. We better keep a close eye on her because she has a tendency to go missing quite a bit. In previous playthroughs, the previous people who have gone through doors with Clover in the third round of the Nonary game, they seem to lose track of her. And then everybody dies. The space they found themselves in outside of the wheelhouse was far too narrow to be called a hallway. On their left was a wooden door. Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond. It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment. Most of them were things they'd never seen before. They had no idea what they might have been for, let alone how to operate them. One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it. Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago. He turned and slowly took in the room. This must be the communication office. Across the room from the door they'd entered through was another door. A metal plaque was nailed to it. And it read, Captain's Quarters. The Captain's Quarters.
That's what it says.
So then do you think...
I am Zero, the captain of this ship.
Ace swallowed. Yeah, I bet you're nervous, Ace. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover appeared to be unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hands on the knob. Oh shit, it just opens? It opened easily and without so much as a pause. She walked right in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw... Oh my god! Was a man on the floor covered in blood. There's more people here? Oh man, does this throw a wrench in everything that I was believing in? He's old, too. What? Huh? Huh? Junpei felt his body seize up. His mouth went dry and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins slowed to a crawl. His heart tightened like a fist. This was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was not driven by a determination that he could not hope to match. Wait. Pause. Hang, hold the fuck on. Okay, so I'm trying to remember our previous playthroughs. The first time we played the game, we went through door number 6. And did everybody else go through door number 2, or did other people go through door number 1? Because after we went through door number 6, we did all re-meet at the central staircase. And nobody had told us about seeing a dead body or like another new person on the ship. I feel like I might have remembered that detail had it been communicated to us. So, fiction of grandeur. Oh, jeez, we got a guy Y now. So maybe nobody went through this door on that playthrough. And then I do remember that on our second playthrough, when we went through door 2, if there were players who went through door number 1, I don't think it matters because everybody was already dead by the time we got to the central staircase. But this is definitely, what the fuck? It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid. Then he realized they had yet to check the man's pulse. Perhaps he was still alive. Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. Oh my god, it's fucking terrifying looking. Also, wait a second, he has a bracelet on. Is his bracelet the Zero bracelet? Because didn't Clover find the Zero? Because Clover had a Zero bracelet when she died in our first ending, and that must have been the ending. So is this the room that Clover like locked herself in, and then they couldn't find her, and she was lost? She came in here and found the bracelet? His fingers on the man's neck felt no pulse. His pupils had dilated, and he was not breathing. Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest. Junpei did not have to wonder long at what would have made such a wound. Oh my god, an axe! Lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. Is it old blood? Has he... I need to know right now, has this man been murdered like a long time ago or like really recently? It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood. A captain? Did that mean that this man... was he Zero? On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0. It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. Oh, God. There's a little critter on me. Huh. Junpei couldn't seem to help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it was a joke. Oh, okay, I guess we're just puzzling then. I guess that's fine. No need for our whole group to have a conversation about this, apparently. Those damn gnats. Can you guys see the gnats on the camera? I don't know where the fuck it's coming from, but I don't like it very much. God, thank God it is almost winter. I'm ready for those things to be killed the fuck off. Alright, I guess let's get investigating. Dogface, I feel like we've seen a 0 bracelet. We have. So our last ending, Clover had the 0 bracelet. So perhaps Clover, in a previous playthrough, she found this guy. Okay, well. Can we start with the obvious, maybe?
It's a camcorder.
I guess we're not gonna start with the obvious. I guess the dead body can wait. It looks like it's pointed at the door.
Well, the power's on.
Why would someone want to videotape a door? That's a brilliant question, Junpei. So this is the exit, huh? Don't even really have to try this door to know that it's locked. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. What's going on with this bloody chair?
And there's blood on the chair. Do you think this was the dead guys?
Yeah, Clover, I think it probably was the dead guys. Jesus. Okay, what's this? A music box. It's one of those old music boxes. Maybe we should wind it up?
Why does it sound like that? Is it broken?
The pins on the cylinder are all shaped weird.
I don't think those are the pins. It looks like someone put something else on top of it. I think we're gonna have to take it apart to figure out what's going on.
Okay, duly noted.
It's a lamp, but it doesn't turn on. I don't think there's anything special about it.
Okay.
It's a bed.
Oh my god, Clover, fucking hell. Fucking hell, woman, I get it. There's nothing in it, okay. Ooh, security cameras of all the rooms? This screen is showing what's happening at the central staircase on B deck. This screen shows what's going on in a small room somewhere that I don't recognize. That's interesting. This room on the screen looks really fancy. Oh, because it's rooms we haven't been through in these specific playrooms. The one on the right is the first class cabin, I think. What is the middle room? The picture quality isn't the best. There's some random hallway on this one. This is the hospital bed room. Big hospital room, yep. This one shows the central staircase on C deck. And then another room that we don't recognize. There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the monitors.
Do you know how to work this thing?
Why don't we just press one of these? Like, this one. Oh! Huh, I guess it does change the... Whoa! What the fuck is this? It's brilliant. No, that's a brilliant question, Junpei. Let's investigate. Hey, isn't this the door on the screen? The one right behind us? So whatever that camera sees is sent to this screen in real time.
I wonder if that means something.
Yeah, me too. There's nothing on these monitors, just static. And then there's the 0 monitors. Huh. Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter, each spelling out 0. Junpei felt as though he was being mocked. The real villain was somewhere, laughing at him. What do you think? He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Her voice was almost too low to hear.
Nothing.
It seemed she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she'd responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured toward the corpse. What about him? Do you think that's really Zero? Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Oh yeah, right. Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that this man could be Zero. Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course the bracelet with a zero on it. All of this is way too obvious. It's like, look over here! This man is Zero! Right here! He's Zero! You found him! This dead body, that's Zero! Doesn't that seem kind of funny to you?
Yeah, you're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
Yeah, but that's not the point. I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking that a trick like this would work. I'm sure that they didn't think it would work. Which makes me wonder, why did they bother doing it? I think this is a challenge. Pardon me. I think it's a challenge from the person who's really behind all of this. I think he's making fun of us. Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking about with a Zero bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it, guys!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did. The killer must have known that we wouldn't think he was Zero, and put the bracelet on him anyway. So why would he do that? He's mocking us. Too bad, suckers. This isn't Zero. It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles. Look, here I am. What's wrong, guys? Come on.
Catch me if you can.
That's really twisted. It almost seems kind of childish.
You're right. That's exactly what it is, Clover. It's childish. It's like this is a game to whoever this person is. Yeah, Junpei, we've literally been playing the nonary game. That's what seems funny to me. Junpei bent down next to the corpse. Alright, but let's get back to the point. Who do we think killed this man?
I don't know.
And what is this guy's deal? Who is he?
How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you.
So you have no idea who he is?
Why would I?
I don't know, because you know about the experiment 9 years ago? Junpei sat back on his hunches and thought. We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand, Clover.
What?
We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets? Clover didn't move. Junpei had no choice but to move the body on his own. He grabbed hold of an area not completely covered in blood and shoved. What about Ace? Can't Ace help me? It took a moment, but eventually Junpei felt the man's bulk begin to shift. But just as it did, something fell from the man's left wrist. Oh, it just slipped right off, did it? The bracelet with Zero on the face.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you can escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, Once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Junpei stared at the bracelet. This man! He's dead, isn't he? Yep, we've established that. Right, sorry, I guess I just didn't really think about it till right now. If his bracelet is off, it means that he's dead.
Well, yeah, Junpei, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't need to look at his bracelet to figure that out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is pretty obvious. But he looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen. I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd look almost like he was still alive. If he didn't look horribly mangled, he would look fine. I get it. Like, he didn't explode. He was beaten with an axe. I mean, I know it sounds kind of messed up, but he kinda has it better, you know? Dying from a bomb going off inside of you? I mean, that's just... Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There was a broken bone just sticking out of his...
left arm.
It's funny how we know how that plays out now. Suddenly, Junpei realized what he was saying. How could he have been so cruel? He clapped his hands over his mouth. Yeah, that was really graphic. But it was already too late. He turned to look at Clover. Wait, Clover, you should... Clover, you should have heard what I just said, right? Can we have this moment right now? The left arm? She was glaring at him furiously.
What did you just say?
Her words sounded cold. He knew an apology could hardly atone for what he'd done, but he tried anyway. Clover, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have said that. I just was thinking, I mean...
No! That's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
His arm?
Yeah, his left arm? You said it, didn't you?
I mean, I did, but I didn't mean to. Didn't you see it too?
No! I could barely look at him.
Clover took a quick, deep breath.
Are you sure it was his left arm?
Junpei thought back. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What are you getting at?
Shut up and answer me!
Whoa. She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Junpei winced and swallowed. Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was literally sticking out of the arm. No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed. Suddenly, she was crying. Junpei wasn't sure what to do.
Thank you.
It was close to the last thing he expected to hear. Junpei had no idea what had just happened. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks. And he couldn't understand why she would have chosen that moment to begin crying. He simply stood there, confused.
Thank you, Junpei.
She thanked him again, and then something even stranger happened.
Aww. He's so cute.
Josh Scott, I'm still not over the new emotes. Look, we made her happy. She knows that it's not her brother's exploded body. Clover threw herself into Junpei's arms. Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry. I'm just so happy.
Huh?
The body in the shower room. It's not his. It's not my brother.
Huh?
It's not Snake.
Why would you think that?
Because his left arm is...
She stopped herself.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking about this.
Junpei decided it would be prudent not to press her for any more information. If she did not wish to tell him, she certainly had a reason for doing so. Perhaps more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, then she was likely correct. Which meant the body in the shower room wasn't Snake? It wasn't much, but that knowledge lifted some of the weight from Junpei's heart.
He's still alive! I'm so happy!
Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. As she cried, she had pushed herself up against his chest like a child, and Junpei, he put his arms around her and held her tight.
Junpei, you were right. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, it'll bring you good luck.
Clover reached into her pocket, and she pulled something out. Oh, the bookmark! We earned her trust, you guys! Oh, man. So that's... You guys mentioned how this was, like, important story for story checks. I wonder if we didn't, like, bond with Clover and give her the bookmark, she might not have been willing to believe that we were innocent, and she might have suspected us as foul play with Snake's death, or alleged death. And so she might not have, like, been willing to cross out our names on the book, or I can see how this might have gone south if we didn't bond with Clover. So I do think we did a good. A nice, solid good today.
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody, and I was miserable. But because I had this 4-leaf clover, and what you said to me,
Junpei hadn't thought his words would have such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward.
Thank you, Junpei.
She looked up at him. He scratched his nose and pretended to notice something interesting somewhere else in the other room. I mean, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking... Santa.
Santa? Why?
I mean, he was the one who gave me the bookmark. And the words for each leaf? I got that line from him, too. And then suddenly... Clover broke away from Junpei. Uh-oh. Moment ruined. Huh? He looked confused. He hadn't thought that she would react that bad. Clover began to pace across the room. 6 steps to the left. 6 steps to the right. Another 6 to the left. And then she stopped.
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Her eyes were serious, but they weren't angry. He did. Did I say something wrong?
No, not at all. In fact, that could be really good news, I think.
Do you?
Santa knew about the words in the clover. And the only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Interesting. So Santa's hiding a lot of information from us. Almost like he's our evil man. Subjects.
The other people in the experiment 9 years ago with my brother. And me.
Okay. So Clover, Santa, and Snake, that's 3 people confirmed to be in the games. Lotus is the mother of people who were allegedly in the games. 7 was the guy who was, like, sneaking onto the ship trying to rescue the people. Ace masterminded it. Number 9 might have also been somebody involved in the games, like, along Snake's level as, like, a bad guy, maybe. The only people who don't seem to make sense presently are me and June. Were me and June also in the game 9 years ago and, like, we don't remember or something? Is that what's going on? Why are me and June here? Sorry, June and I. Why are we here? Huh. Okay. And Santa's sister might have died or something. Yeah, so Santa has a sister. He kept looking at a picture of her and he was like, I was her Santa Claus. I used to buy her presents. Which would, in and of itself, that would be motive. If his sister was a subject and his sister died in the game, Santa would be like, yeah, I want to fuck up the people who did the game. But then, if that's the case, why bring back previous subjects? And also, you know, we established the lore that Snake needed to be killed because he had previously played the game, so he knew who Ace was. By the same logic, if Clover was also someone in the experiments, shouldn't Clover also know who Ace is? Or is there a reason why Clover would not know about Ace? I'm so befuzzled. It's just weird. I'm trying to follow through the logic, but let's keep looking at this.
But he's blind. And I was part of the Nevada test group. So neither of us would be able to recognize the people who were on this boat.
The Nevada test group? What does that mean? Whoa, time out. Junpei held up his hands. He took a deep breath and let it out. Look, why don't we calm down for a second, okay? Start from the top. Don't start with the end, and then jump to the middle. You have to start at 1. Bitch, listen to me. No more of this confusing bullshit. You are going to start at 1, you're going to move to 2, and then 3, and then 4, and it's going to be point by point. Do you understand? If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I am going to throw a fit. Clover nodded at Junpei's request. Okay, let's start with the experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago? Also, chat, I have to divulge to you guys. Am I gonna have time to play through this ending, or do you think I'm gonna have to, like, break this up and finish it tomorrow? Because I know that the last ending we did was a full, like, 2 hour and 20-minute stream, literally just the ending part, like, just the ending story. So, like, if somebody who has familiarity, do you know perchance if I have, like, 2 hours of story dialogue coming up, or what? I'm asking for some helpful advice on that.
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
Shockingly, I somehow do. He did, and the realization sent chills down Junpei's spines.
Alright, how about this?
Theory of telepathetic mechanism. Junpei recounted what Lotus had told him earlier. Clover nodded.
Telepathetic, huh? I mean, that's not really how you say the word, but I suppose it's close enough.
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys do?
The same thing we're doing now. Literally, exactly the same thing.
What? What does this have to do with telepathy?
The nonary game. 9 people were put on the boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada. And the game started.
There's people in a building? Junpei grabbed the sides of his head. Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the nonary game and some telepathy experiments have to do with each other? Clover bit her lip. She blinked back sudden tears. What had happened to her in Nevada?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. You know, sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and the answer just kind of pops into your head, they call that an epiphany. And when you learn from the epiphany, it can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to the equation, it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
So you're saying that the nonary game was supposed to introduce the element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't just be any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Junpei felt the sudden grip of despair in his heart. Something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment, he felt very, very empty and alone. Okay, so maybe Santa doesn't recognize Ace because Santa was also in the Nevada group. And maybe Santa's sister then, she was on the boat. Interesting.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada, so I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was,
Ace! The sound of the door opening was like a gunshot. Junpei spun around. Oh, my apologies. It appears I've disturbed you. Yeah, do you mind going the fuck away? I'm trying to hook up with my bitch. You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long. Ace glanced down at the floor, at the corpse covered in blood. At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something? I'm having a little trouble and I could really use your assistance. Great, it's time for me to go get shanked with the knife, I fear. Come on, it'll only take a moment. With that, he turned and walked back toward the communications office. Clover waited until he was out of sight. Then she spoke in a small, quiet voice.
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
Huh? But hey, wait! Clover ignored him. From outside, Junpei could hear Ace calling. Junpei, what are you doing in there? Hurry up! Grumbling to himself, Junpei stopped off toward the communications office. Man, we are getting a lot of info dumping here. Chat, did we come to a conclusion on timing? We think there's a lot left. So should I finish this room and then call it a night, maybe? Also, what are we trying to do in here? Brilliant question. The cable that comes out of this thing is connected to the desk, but what does that mean? I don't know. Hey Ace, look! It's a monkey with glasses. How on earth did you arrive at that conclusion? I don't know. It's a model of a steam train. Okay, we are getting nowhere fast with Ace. It's a telegraph key, a machine for transmitting Morse code. I tried sending an SOS earlier, but I doubt that did anything. Zero would never make it that easy. So, you think it's broken? No, it works. I'm just not sure if it actually transmits anything outside of the ship. Oh. Great. It's just a normal light. But it doesn't turn on. Looks like that drawer is the only thing that's locked. Don't see a keyhole, though. Take a look at the left side of the drawer. I don't really like being alone with Ace. Maybe, I wonder how much more comfortable I would have, like, in retrospect, it is literally impossible not to see the obvious suspicious nature of Ace, but I wonder if, like, had I done this option first before finding out that Ace was the bad guy, I wonder if I would have just been like, yes, daddy, whatever you say. Alright, what's this? Blank. There's nothing on it. Papier. A white piece of paper. It's blank. Can I combine it with the music box? I cannot. Nothing else left in the drawer. That's fine. Does the clock mean anything? A clock mounted on the wall. The hands aren't moving. A little surprised that the time is wrong then, I suppose. Nothing on the back. Okay. It's a hook. Hook, line, and sinker. What's this? Small screwdrivers. Oh, can I use that on the music box? This screwdriver ought to make short work of the music box. And we got a cylinder. Can I combine that with the paper? Damn. No. It looks to be a cylinder for a music box. There's a number of pins and some pieces of metal that look rather like fans attached to it. Yeah, what do I do with it, though? Ink. Oh. Okay. I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder. Now can I roll the cylinder on the paper? Yeah, okay. If I'm right, the ink should... Ooh. Just as you suspected, right? Now you have a pattern of dots and lines on the paper. Oh, for the Morse code, right. Dashes of Morse code. Okay, so let's go to our thingy-majig. How do I... Wait. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Alright, I've got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something is gonna happen, I hope. Let's give it a shot. Okay. That's the last one, and yes! Excellent work, Junpei. Good job. You seem to have figured it out. You've unlocked the drawer. Nice. Okay, let's open her up. And is it a file? It's a book. A red file lay in the drawer. Junpei reached down and picked it up. The cover read, All Ice. And there it is, boys. All ice. Alice! Did that mean... Junpei couldn't hold back. He had to know what was on that file. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, even kneeling humans. Oh my god, is it fucking hieroglyphs? There were many pages in the file, and each was full of these strange symbols. Well, fuck, what the hell is this? He didn't realize he'd spoken out loud until Ace looked over at him. They're hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt. God, why the fuck are we bringing ancient Egypt into the conversation right now? Can you read them? Of course. Don't you know, Junpei, I am a natural in hieroglyphology? Glyphology? Dude, who the fuck are these people on this boat? This is such bullshit. I mean, maybe it's because you're the fucking supervillain who plotted the first Nonary game. How are you connected to Alice? Oh, he can't. Okay. It actually makes a little bit more sense that he can't, so... Well played, Ace. Well played. Junpei flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just one or two pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them. Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to close the file. And something fell out. He bent down and picked it up. Ah, the man card. A key card. There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for the Saturn and Mercury key cards. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol. Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol. Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well. On the lower right, it said, Bottoms, open up your anus. Bottom, deck, library. This must be a key to the library on the bottom deck. So it would seem. The bottom deck, the library. Junpei remembered something he'd heard from Seven when they'd been in the chemical closet. They say Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. Beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is the library the Forest of Knowledge? Did beneath the navel mean the bottom deck? Did Forest of Knowledge mean the library? If it did, then was Alice in a room somewhere beyond the library? Why is Alice the secret ending to this game? Why? What's wrong? Junpei blinked. Only then did he notice Ace looking at him. Curiosity and concern were written across his face in equal parts. There was no reason for Junpei to hide his thoughts. He began to explain his theory to Ace. Then he stopped. It wouldn't make any sense if Ace didn't know who Alice was supposed to be. So he told Ace everything June had told him. God damn it, we're giving Ace all of the information. We told Ace, the supervillain, we told him all about the Egyptian priestess, about Ice 9. And finally, about the woman who wouldn't melt, who had been recovered from the Titanic disaster. He told him about how she had been called All Ice, which had eventually turned to Alice. What if she's a mysterious evil? What if in ending 2, when everybody died? Now granted, I assumed that the most likely explanation was that Ace faked his death when everybody was in this grand central staircase, and then he went on to kill everybody else. But what if in ending 2, Ace actually did die, and fucking monstrous Egyptian mummy Alice came back to life and fucking killed all of us one by one? What if there is simultaneously Ace, who wants to kill us, and Zero, who is playing this fucked up game, and a bonus for funsies Egyptian monster that is trying to kill us? This is getting ridiculous. Anyways, all about how Alice had been purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain, and how Gordain had hid Alice somewhere on the ship. And you think he hid her in a small room beyond the library on the bottom deck? I do. Please don't stab me. I mean, I guess so. I see. Ace stared off into the distance, his hand slowly and absent-mindedly stroking his beard. Yeah, I bet you want her, don't you? Bet you want that $1 million woman. After a few moments, his hand stopped. He turned slowly to look at Junpei, and his brows drew together. Junpei, have you heard of the term Cas? Oh, you mean like Cas9, the CRISPR-associated protein number 9 that's used in the genetic recombinant technology of CRISPR domains in bacterial DNA? Or are you referring to something else? Cas? It stands for the Cells Alive system. It's an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter. Put simply, it's a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands as it crystallizes, and it damages the cell membrane. Cas, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is supercooled using magnetic fields, then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It was originally developed for the preservation of food, as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things. What do you mean, other things? Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel. Bro, no. Alright, look. This game has excellent reviews, and the storytelling is phenomenal, but the game also needs to chill a little bit. You cannot just add every single trope that exists on your bingo card to be like, we're kooky. This ship's gonna have a serial killer, a madman who likes to play a game, Egyptian mummies, and space travel. Like, girl, pick a theme. Surely you've heard of suspended animation. Cryogenic freezing. It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books. Yeah, it really is. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space. That was when Junpei had understood what Ace was suggesting. Alright, whoa there, buckaroo. Ace looked at him and raised an eyebrow. Are you saying that Alice was frozen using that Cas thing? Well, I'm sure the possibility is quite low, but it must be a possibility. If this special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and if Cas were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously, you think she could be alive? Well, I can't say for sure, of course. I'm only talking about possibilities. The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees. If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature... But that's nuts! Are you really sane? She could have defrosted and started walking? About? You're quite right. That does sound unbelievable. But if she had, we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor. Oh my god, he's proposing that Alice murked him. You mean the guy dressed like a captain? Well, he was dead when we found him. Clearly he was murdered. But if he was murdered, that begs the question, by whom? And it couldn't have been one of us. That would be impossible. In order to enter the captain's quarters, one must first open the number 1 door. That door requires the Earth key that prevented us from accessing door number 1. Okay, Ace. So, is it fair for me to ask, like, do you have a proposal for how Alice could get through the number 1 door? Are you just proposing that because Alice might be a reawakened Egyptian mummy, she can just fucking walk through walls, disappear, and fly, and she's much more cooler than your average unique guy? Is that what you're saying? Who was it that opened the door? Santa and Lotus. Right. Clearly the two of them could not have opened door number 1 or any other door for that matter. Who else then could have done so? I don't know why you think Alice could. Junpei thought for a second. Nobody could. After Santa and Lotus had used the Earth Key, they turned back and met up with Junpei and June, who had just returned to the E-Deck. The 4 of them then proceeded to return to the large hospital room to reunite with Ace, 7, and Clover. When Junpei and his team had gone into the shower room, Ace, 7, and Clover had been left in the large hospital room, but they would have been unable to open door 1. Perhaps when Junpei and June had taken the elevator to door 2 then? But no, that would have been impossible. They had been gone only 5 minutes. No human being could have run to the captain's quarters, killed the man in there, and run back in only 5 minutes. So you see, it would be impossible for any of us to have been the murderer. That being the case, who could have killed him? Wouldn't it make sense if his killer was someone who had been in the ship for some time? Oh, like if she did it before the nonary game even started. Yeah, that's a little spooky to think about. A person like that would know the ship well. They would know the locations of all the hidden passages and secret doors. The numbered doors would mean nothing to someone like that. Oh, so you're saying that she can sneak past the numbered doors because of hidden passages? Hidden passages that, like, what, we can't find? It would be a simple thing for them to... You're just assuming that there's a hidden passage to the captain. Ace, what the fuck is your logic? You're a serial killer. Fuck you. Your logic is not sound. It was Junpei's turn to raise an eyebrow. Ace drew his thumb across his lips thoughtfully. I mean, it is only one possible theory. Yeah, a stupid one. All ice, Alice. But also, I don't know, does this mean that Alice is somewhere on the ship and that we need to worry about her? Junpei had only one clue. The keycard in his hand. It would, he hoped, grant him access to the Forest of Knowledge. But beyond that, what waited for him beyond the Forest of Knowledge? Whatever might be there, however, would have to wait. At the moment, there was nothing Junpei could do. He gripped the keycard tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. New material added to the file screen. Let's take a look. Information about Alice? A file found in the communications office. It says Alice on the spine. All of the pages are filled with hieroglyphs from ancient... Okay, that's it. Cool. And we got a unique key. A key with a leather case. It isn't metal. My guess would be ceramic. Junpei, have you found a keyhole that might fit it? I don't know. Is this door locked? Is this door locked? That doesn't seem to be it. Is there a keyhole here? The control panel for the electronic lock. It looks like it's got a keyhole on the bottom right. Maybe the key I got earlier. Sweet! Alright, we got that turned on.
Junpei, look! There's a minus sign on the screen. There's 8 of them.
It probably means we've got to put in 8 digits.
Do you think you can figure it out?
Nope, I don't think I can. Fuck. Well. Control panel for the electronic lock. Yeah, it's on. 8 digits, huh? Once I put in the 8-digit number, I just press E to enter. If I mess up, I guess I just press C. Okay. This doesn't seem like it's gonna be right. Yep. What's the passcode? I don't have any idea.
There's gotta be a Clint in here. A clue or a hint. It's like all the other rooms.
Right. All right, so we've got to find the code to get out of the room. That sounds like it's the objective. It sounds like it's the last thing to do. We are at 2.5 hours, so I do think I'm going to call it. Would you like to overwrite the save file? Yes. Because we're basically out of the room. But yeah, we are definitely way over time. So that's going to be it for me tonight, boys. We will try to find the numbers to get out of the room first thing when we start up the game tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time, and then we'll see if I can beast my way through the true ending of the game. Fingers crossed, your boy is nervous, but we shall see. In the meantime, if you guys could leave a like on the stream, the engagement is super helpful. I want to thank you for spending the evening hanging out with me, and I hope that you guys will be here tomorrow for, I guess, possibly, perchance, maybe it's tomorrow might be our finale of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. That's not a guarantee. I don't know how, like, I'm willing to stream a little bit longer than normal or a little bit shorter. I don't really know, but I think we're going for the big end this time. Again, that was our plan. We wanted to get the true ending, which is one of these 3. And then I'm pretty sure that the other 2 endings were just 2 other bad endings, I think. From what I gathered by you guys, it sounded like there were 2 other, like, there were maybe other bad endings, but they were kind of similar to, like, the knife ending, or, like, you made a wrong, stupid choice, and you got killed again. We can YouTube those at another point or whatever, but I didn't want to play the game over and over and over again, so I think we're going for the big kahuna ending. So, hope to see you guys there. It might be tomorrow. If I can't finish it tomorrow, that'll suck, but we'll see how the stream goes. We'll see how far we get, and I hope you guys will be there for the ride. All right? Toodles, boys!